Hi, I'm Chris Perkins, senior producer for Dungeons & Dragons, and you're watching The Ugly Couch Show.
What the hell are you guys watching? A circle. What the hell is that?
That's an oblong.
That's crap.
Hey, it's you. Welcome
crap
to
is
The
here.
Ugly Couch Show. I am Master Torgo.
I am Dr. Vlog.
I'm the famous Paul. And we don't want to get sick because...
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul's got the
SARS.
something.
I've been a little bit under the weather for the past couple of weeks, but I finally feel good again
All right.
for the past couple
you say.
days. I have.
All right.
He's got the nerd AIDS.
Take your shit off.
Well, you know what?
That's
Speaking
what
of
she
shit,
said.
it's what's going on in my mouth time. Jelly, talk us.
Today's What's Going in My Mouth is brought to you by Smucker's Bunch of Draculas. Ah! There's a bunch of Draculas in this jar of jelly.
Well, you know, this is sure to cure whatever ails you.
Okay.
A-L-E.
Yeah, that's right.
Mate mojito. Ooh, I like mojito. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey! Natural sparkling energy. It's got a pretty lady with stars coming out her hands.
Taylor's Tonics.
Is this twist off?
Sure,
I don't know.
out of her
I don't assume
hands.
anything anymore. So, yeah, that came off so easy, it's got a twist.
Okay, ingredients. Filtered water,
Yep.
yerba mate,
Yerba
Yes.
mate.
Yeah.
spearmint and nettle leaf, cane juice,
Ooh.
lime juice, natural flavors of vanilla, mint, lime, citric acid, and caffeine.
This smells...
All right,
We've had
this is
bad
all
luck
right.
with
That
yerba
smells
mate in the
nice.
past,
Wow.
Yeah, whatever.
That smells nice. The spearmint is really strong.
Ooh, it's like
Mouthwashy.
a little mouthwashy, but
All right.
good.
Ready?
To Wrigley's.
2 Wrigley's. 1, 2, 3.
It's like when you get up in the morning. No, it's like when you get up in the morning and you know that cat shit in your mouth.
There it
No.
is.
And you're really thirsty, and you go for your mouthwash, and you're tempted to drink it. You're tempted to just say, "Fuck it, I'm really thirsty. I'm just gonna drink this shit." This right here, if it were good, if it were like this, I would drink it.
So,
It's just this side of mouthwash.
You remember the fluoride you used to get as a kid in school? What
do you mean?
Pass out little fluoride cups every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
It tastes like the fluoride with a little extra spearmint to it.
No, we
It's like-
fluoridated our water.
It's like you swallowed your gum.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like I'm swallowing my gum.
With you know what? And ate some grass.
Yeah.
No, I got it. You're chewing gum, but you also have a Sprite at the same time, and you don't want to spit out the gum.
But the Sprite is a watered down, mostly ice Sprite.
like President's Choice Sprite that you get in the Walmart.
President's Choice. Sam's Choice?
Whatever.
President's Choice Sprite. What is President's Choice?
That's what it was
Choice
called
Sprite.
at some point.
It was
Before it
called
was called Sam's Choice. It was
President's
called
Choice?
President's Choice. President of what? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good question.
President of soda water.
I
Of
guess.
the University of Evansville Gamers Club.
I like it. I can drink
It's
this.
a square.
It's not booze,
You know,
Oh.
it's not horrible.
but I wouldn't mix it with anything.
Not good.
Right, but
Little
it's
gin.
I'm not gonna say it's great. No.
No.
Gin?
It's just weak. It tastes weak.
Yeah.
Dude, a mojito's made with rum, Barry. You need to
It
add some
tastes
rum
like
to
I'm
that.
swallowing a piece of gum.
Yeah, it's not minty enough for a mojito.
Next for what's going in my mouth.
Oh God!
What are these? Bacon candy
Bacon
canes?
candy canes. It's Christmas has been a while gone now, and
Is it
Yeah.
from
Clearance
this year?
shelf.
yeah, you know what? Look at this. It's already broken open for you.
Okay, good. I'll
Some
take
here.
this broken ass
Is this
half.
from this year at least?
It is at least. Oh, I hope it is.
Well, it's
no,
from the
no
clearance.
promises.
From the clearance rack,
No,
probably.
no, I paid full price.
Okay.
Take a whiff.
Oh,
Take a-
ooh, ooh.
Smell bacony?
It smells
No,
interesting.
it smells
You know what would
Here,
be
here,
funny?
take this half
Nah,
that's
I'm
already
good.
kinda
Here we
broke.
go. You know what would be funny is to put these all upon somebody's tree unsuspectingly. That'd be the way to go
mean.
because they don't
Can I have a
have.
candy cane,
Yeah,
mommy?
it doesn't have
Sure.
any kind of.
Yeah.
It just smells plasticky.
Light meaty.
Yeah, a
in the
little,
middle.
little.
Well, maybe we can smell it because ours are broken open a little more.
Yeah. It smells
Yeah,
like plastic.
snap in that Slim Jim,
Let's-
then smell it.
Let's get into this.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I gotta get the full effect to this. Oh! It's getting worse! It's getting worse! Fuck! Fuck me! Fuck me!
It tastes like somebody shit in a cupcake.
What that flavor. That's not no.
Cupcake and shit.
It's like dog food candy.
Yeah, dog food. It smells and tastes what I imagine like dog food would taste like.
Oh God!
God damn it! Is that a yeah? Here, that's going in there. Yeah, here.
Oh,
Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
Fuck you, candy cane bacon.
Who makes this shit? Who
Some
put
assholes.
this out for people, children?
careful, my other piece is in there. I don't want to get all over me.
Accoutrements, of
Is that what they're
course.
called? Accoutrements?
Yeah, accoutrements makes all kinds of crazy candies
That's
and
some
things.
bullshit. That's not candy. That's some bullshit.
Artificial bacon flavor.
It is sweet. It is sweet. It's cat food sweet.
Fuck that noise.
I dislike you.
So, what do you got, sir? Besides ire.
Well, no, all right, I got something. Because, Paul's got, I see something over there that I don't like. So I want to go, something I definitely don't like.
I got a lot of stuff you don't like this week.
You got a lot of stuff I don't like every week. Okay, I was flipping through Netflix, and sometimes you just got to go back to the classics because some people, Deb, haven't seen shit.
Yeah, Godfather. Godfather's a good.
Yeah, looking at you. So, 1988's They Live from John Carpenter.
Okay.
Oh, come on, that's
Yeah,
a
I get
classic.
that,
And
that's
it's not
great.
like Bread, because not everyone's seen it, obviously.
that's a great
looking
one.
at you.
What's the matter, baby?
They Live stars Rowdy Roddy Piper. That's right, the wrestler.
Which is so weird to say.
Who got his job because John Carpenter saw him in WrestleMania 3. And liked his
Liked it,
acting,
yep.
I guess. I don't know. And Keith David, who I guess you'd know from a bunch of different movies. And he's also the voice of those military commercials. And the one that sticks in my mind as who he is the There's Something About Mary, who's Mary's dad.
Okay, yeah.
Is it the Frank or the Bean, son? That guy.
He's the voice of the Arbiter in the Halo series.
That's
Is he
true.
really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
He's such a VO
Didn't
guy.
he play a Klingon too at some point?
I don't know.
Everyone has.
In DS9.
Wouldn't
I think.
surprise me.
Everyone has. Paul has, for Christ's sake.
Not on the shows.
Better.
That's true.
They Live is about this drifter. You know what? They never named his character. They called him Nada in the script, but they never name his character on the show. Rowdy Piper's character. So we'll call him Nada. He's just a drifter. He's looking for work. He eats at the soup kitchen and with a little refugee camp thing there, like a tent city. And he notices these people coming in and out of this church, and then the cops swarm the church and they bulldoze the entire area. And he goes in there and he finds these glasses, these sunglasses, and these people who are like conspiracy theorists or something. And he puts on the glasses, and he sees in black and white, and he sees things like billboards with hot chicks on them, and it'll say obey, consume. He looks at money and it said this is your god. And then he looks at certain people, mainly affluent people, well-to-do people, and they're fucking aliens, and they're hideous aliens. I don't want to ruin the story, but it goes on from there with the conspiracy theories.
Pretty much ruined the story already.
Oh, whatever. You see the aliens right on the cover of the damn
It's true.
DVD.
The aliens are in the reflection of the glasses. That is kind of selling it.
The fun,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, the fucking aliens. Spoiler! 1988 movie you haven't heard of yet.
That's okay. You still got 15 minutes left of movie after that.
After that.
And that's all fight scene.
And 5 minutes and 20 seconds of this freaking film is Rowdy Roddy and Keith David going at it, just fighting.
just kissing.
What the fuck movie did you see? Anyway, they
They live
rehearsed
in
this fight
bed.
scenes for
They
3
live by the
weeks.
JJ?
Shut the fuck! God damn it! You ruin everything.
It's true. he
They
does.
rehearsed this fight scene for 3 weeks, and Carpenter said, "You know what? We're just gonna put the whole thing in the movie because it's so awesome." They were really fighting, except for the head shots and the groin shots. So that was pretty cool. And if you look real carefully, you could see some of the alien guides have the PK meters from Ghostbusters. They just reused the prop. I was like, what the hell is that? They shot this thing in 8 weeks on a $3 million budget, and it only made $13 million because the American audience is dumb. Love this film. Go see it. It's a good time.
Still, that's a pretty good return on your investment.
Yeah, 13 for 3.
Yeah, that's all
These
right.
days?
I would take that return.
Well, I'd take it any day, but I'm just one guy, you know. Nowadays, they want like bajillions of dollars.
Yeah, they do.
They probably like put 20 million into Marketing.
Yeah.
People say.
All the critics love this film now. Anyway, it's a cult classic.
Now, that's right.
It's one of the best fight scenes ever, they say, and it's true. It really is. And you know who else is in it? That woman that's in all those 80s movies with the crazy bright eyes.
Yeah, the blue.
Meg Foster, I think her name is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's got creepy.
yeah, she's creepy eyes, but it's all good.
Gorgeous creepy.
The acting is mediocre. The script, there's big holes in it, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Fun movie. So go check that out.
That is a good one. I remember seeing that as a kid.
And
It's
I still
scary.
taste fucking bacon.
I gotta watch that in my mouth.
Let's just
mostly.
get it out of the way. Paul, what'd you bring?
Well,
Here we go.
I got a couple things. First thing is a movie on Netflix.
Okay.
The Rock-afire Explosion.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
see this?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it finally in the queue?
It's on Netflix. The Rock-afire Explosion. It's an amazing documentary. If you don't know what the Rock-afire Explosion is, then you never grew up in the 80s and went to Showbiz Pizza as a kid.
Showbiz Pizza.
Showbiz Pizza
It was in Jersey, so-
and Chuck E. Cheese came up at the same time, but
Yeah,
they
we
were
had Chuck E.
separate
Cheese.
things. They were separate entities for a while. Chuck E. Cheese eventually bought out Showbiz, but you'll find out all about that. Well, at Showbiz Pizza, just like at Chuck E. Cheese, they had animatronic robots. But the focal point of Showbiz was a band called the Rock-afire Explosion, headed by Fats, the gorilla who plays the keyboard. You got a bunch of other people. They had the wolf and his little ventriloquist marionette, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
And like, I was like 11, 12 when I used to go there, and I was able to kind of get the meta awesomeness of an animatronic puppet controlling a puppet and pretending to do a ventriloquist act with it. Fucking
Right.
meta, dude.
Did that just blow your little
It
mind?
did. I was like, that's awesome. Because like they would make it so where the wolf's mouth would move slightly
Yeah, that's right.
when he would be talking for the puppet.
That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Fucking awesome.
It was
Anyway,
pretty cool.
They got lots of interviews with the guy who invented the robots and created this whole team. And it's kind of a rags to riches story, and then kind of back to rags, but then now kind of back to riches. You got a couple of hardcore fans who have done their best to find ways to purchase these robots and set them back up and restore them to as close to pristine condition as they used to be. You got one diehard fan who's been reprogramming them, and this is in 2008. He started putting YouTube videos up online of the robots doing modern songs and really funny stuff. Go look up Rock-afire Explosion on YouTube.
What songs?
All kinds of stuff. Like the first one was that booty booty rockin'. It's out of control. It's very funny. They did some 9 Inch Nails, which I was like, yes, and it's
Nice.
so good, so good. Rock-afire Explosion doing 9 Inch Nails. But anyway, it really takes me back. I was obsessed with Chuck E. Cheese and animatronics. Always have been as a kid. It's so funny. It's a little scary. My wife was like, I don't want to see this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm near tears because I empathize and relate to these people a little too much.
He empathizes and relates to animatronic figures.
Not the animatronic figures.
That's what I choose to
the
believe you said.
dedication, the dedication to try and preserve something like that. I can remember when we went to Chuck E. Cheese, we'd go coming home from Kings Island, and that was what I would look forward to more than going to Kings Island.
Oh,
was
really?
going to Chuck
Really?
E. Cheese, yeah, because it was video games and robots, you know.
Keith's
and
shitty pizza.
I loved the pizza. I don't know,
Kings
man. I
Island had
still do.
animatronic.
They had some, but they had the boat ride, but nothing like Chuck E. Cheese. And then they had these. I remember getting a bunch of pamphlets at Chuck E. Cheese. They're like, birthday party and whatever kind of stuff. But I took all these pamphlets home that had images of Chuck E. and game stuff, and I cut them all out and I put them in a shoebox and put a lid on the shoebox and punched out holes in the top so you could look through. And I kind of recreated a 3-dimensional diorama
Wow.
of Chuck
Look
E.
at
Cheese
that.
as a little kid. And these guys have gone the next level. They've rebuilt the fucking Showbiz Pizza in their house.
Because now what? Chuck E. Cheese just want Chuck E. Cheese, one animatronic.
Just
and
Chuck
it
E.
kinda
Cheese,
sucked.
and it's really sad. They
Is it
basically
animatronic or is there a dude in a suit?
it's animatronic.
it's
Well, there's a dude in a
animatronic.
suit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
Rob
they-
had his 26th birthday at Chuck E. Cheese, and he had a dude in a suit.
They put all the characters. They replaced all their skin with Chuck E. Cheese skins. It's really sad and gross. Watch the video. Watch the movie.
I
It's
really
amazing.
want to see it. I haven't seen it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And then
There we
of course, I wanted to show this as well.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
something to play with.
You're not gonna play with it.
Speaking of wonderful things,
You're
from
gonna
the
sit
80s,
it on your counter or something. And you're never
Set it
gonna
on my
play
shelf.
with it.
I do play with these a little bit. This one's awesome. It's Demo Man.
I don't wanna know how to
Demo
play
Man
it.
finally came out. He was a little late.
Man.
He was supposed to come out
Bowling
last
ball
month,
man.
but anyway, he got delayed. Demo Man is
Busy
very
pipe
unique.
man.
He's very unique. This is the 30th anniversary of He-Man this year, and Demo Man is actually based on an original sketch of conceptualizations for Skeletor before he became Skeletor. So this is the concept sketch you can see on the back here that they used for Demo Man, and the Four Horsemen went ahead and made a full
He's
figure.
pretty creepy looking.
He's super creepy. He has
why?
he has extra skull that comes with him, and deep inside the box you can't see it.
Ooh, hello, extra
But there's
skull.
another Skeletor head
Yeah, I
based
see it.
on early sketches again, and it's really really cool.
You
what
will
the-
buy anything.
No, this is part of the subscription. Anyway, this is a really cool one.
That's how they get you.
That's how
with
they
the
get you.
subscription.
Yeah, I do have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the fucking Star Sisters that are coming next month.
The what?
Want this
the
figure?
what?
Well, you have to buy these 3.
You'll see the Star Sisters.
Star Sisters? They special?
You make Daddy drink.
They're She-Ra.
This sucks. I need a drink.
I'll bring the Star Sisters. Where are you going?
I'm getting a drink.
Come back.
He's got mojito.
Well, anyway, Demo Man, he's
Don't
awesome.
you have any whiskey? Jesus Christ.
You should check him out.
Yeah, it's on top of the fridge.
His real name
not
is
good.
Urquizazekal Mozokos. I don't know.
There's scotch up there.
Some crazy shit. But yeah, Masters of the Universe, 30th anniversary. Get ready. It's going to be everywhere this year, guys. You're going to see He-Man stuff all over the place. They're licensing it out. Big
Really?
time. Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Good luck. Man, people are going to love that shit.
Yeah. Speaking of loving their shit,
By love, you mean loathe.
I'm going to tell you about something that's kind of dangerous, all right? Just bear with me, but it's really surprisingly cool because I didn't think it would be. I'm really wary of extended universe fiction.
Okay.
You know, Star Trek, Star Wars, and all that.
You have to take it with a grain of salt.
You do, because
Sometimes it's terrible.
yeah, sometimes you get a good one,
Hey,
but sometimes you
yeah,
get
I've
a
got
stinker.
one or two good ones.
When Warhammer Space Marine, the video game, came out, it kind of reintroduced me to the world of Warhammer and started getting that wheel churning. I brought it the last time, the actual game itself. But what was actually my gateway drug to Warhammer was the Horus Heresy novels. Now, the Horus Heresy takes place 10,000 years before Warhammer 40K happens.
Okay.
So, you know, a
I'm
ridiculous
lost
span of
so
time.
far.
Right.
All right.
But it's a great way to introduce yourself to that setting. And what makes the novels really, really good is it is very hardcore military science fiction, as you'd expect with Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
But it's also very visceral and has a very strong horror element. So it's really kind of
That's
sci-fi
right up your
horror.
alley.
So
Dead Spacey.
yes, the way the chaos works in that storyline is really creepy, really body horror, and really nasty.
Okay.
But the basic idea is that the emperor of mankind, the one that everybody looks up to, that brought mankind up from the dregs that it became, created super beings called the Primarchs. I think there's 9 of them, if I remember right. And made one of them, Horus, the leader of his war machine, going out, finding these scattered remains of humanity throughout the universe and bringing them back into the fold and taking care of all the Xenos that are out there that are out to destroy mankind. However, through the way that warp works in this universe, like warping to other star systems, you actually have to pass through the realm of chaos to do it. And you see, and they see you go through it, basically looking into the abyss.
They see you.
Yes.
Who's they? The chaos
The
people?
elements of chaos, basically the gods of chaos.
The gods of
Yeah,
chaos.
nasty sons of bitches.
Okay.
All right. And Horus ends up getting influenced by them to the much that he ends up turning against the emperor, thus creating the great Horus heresy.
Influenced by going through too many times?
And influenced by.
Did he hang
I don't
out
want
in
to. I don't
there?
want. I don't want to actually
Spoiler?
spoil that. That's
All
actually
right.
in the spoiler territory. But it is a deep story and intriguing, fun. Character names get at you a little bit because
Sure.
they're really wild character names, and it's really kind of based on Roman history, in a way. The whole Space Marine thing's done that way. But here's what you have to know before you go into it. Currently, the book series is 18 books long. And there's
For
going
a
to be
single storyline?
for a single storyline. And it's not done. By the time October of this year comes around, it is going to be 22 books long. So, yeah.
So it must be fairly popular, though, to be 22 books sustained.
Yeah, they started doing this in 2006, and they have multiple authors doing it. Dan Abnett, James Swallow, who else would I have here? Graham McNeil, Ben Counter. Now, I've only read the first 4, but I've really enjoyed every single one, and each one feeds into the other one. The notes that they are taking on this is so pristine on it that one novel will actually do part of it as an event from the earlier novel from a different point of view, that sort of thing. So it really fleshes it all out.
That's nice.
But again, be careful, because Horus Heresy leads to Warhammer, and that's dangerous for everyone.
Yeah, well...
And Warhammer leads to suffering.
Yes, it
fun,
does.
though.
Yes, it does. And, well, Barry's not back, so I guess do your next one, sir.
Where the hell did Barry go?
Get a drink.
Well, I guess so.
Shake
All right.
it.
We don't do a lot of music on here. It's time to do a music thing, okay? Those of you who may or may not know me, I have about 4 or 5 bands that I really, really obsess over. 9 Inch Nails, Smashing Pumpkins, and one of the big ones, Guided by Voices. This is the first new Guided by Voices album in a little over a decade, I think now. Maybe not quite, but it's up there.
That's a long time.
It's called Let's Go Eat the Factory. It just came out. Finally, they have a new album. And Bob Pollard and crew are back. The original lineup, it's awesome. Robert Pollard, Tobin Sprout, Mitch Mitchell, Greg Demos, Kevin Fennell with Jim Pollard as well. It's pretty amazing. Now, me and Guided by Voices go back a long time. I got to see them perform for the first time at Lollapalooza in '94. I was into them for about a year before that, but then once I saw them perform live, it was just like, forget about it. I was like 3 feet from Kim Deal of Pixies and Breeders fame.
Wow.
She was a big supporter of them early in the days, and is a big part of the reason that they went on to become kind of the champions of indie rock. They're the biggest indie band out there that's not big, per se. I brought a few samples of what you want to do to get into GBV if you want to, and I strongly suggest that you do. Of course, the brand new album, you can pick that up, but that might not be the best starting off point. I would say your best bet is to pick up, well, you don't have to get this whole big mega set, but if you want to, you can get Hardcore UFOs, which is the title of one of their songs, titled This Mega Set, which includes all kinds of great stuff. You've got on here Human Amusements at Hourly Rates, which is their best of album, which is wonderful stuff. If you get Human Amusements at Hourly Rates, you're good to go. That's a perfect primer. Guided by Voices are very lo-fi, 4-track.
Okay.
Very hissy, a lot of it, but then some of it is more produced than others. This box set is awesome because it also includes Watch Me Jumpstart, which is the movie about Guided by Voices.
Oh, interesting.
Which is great, a really great way to get primed and start to understand what's going on. These boys are out of Ohio, so they're very close to my home area. Bob Pollard, it's so funny to hear him in interviews. He's a good old boy, kind of country, but he sounds almost British new wave when he sings. He's amazing. He's got lots and lots of solo stuff. The Fading Captain series, one of my favorites of his selections, not in my Air Force. He's got tons and tons. The man is prolific. Hundreds, if not thousands, of songs that he has written over his career. Jesus. And he's going to be one of these guys that people look back on historically, and you're going to be like, okay, everything past this was influenced in some way. And musicians really take to this music in a big way. Kind of like Big Star, not a lot of people know about them, but a lot of the bands that are big and successful reference and influence them. You've got albums, I'm going to give you some of my favorite suggestions, get whatever, but you've got Do the Collapse, which came out several years ago. This one is produced by Rick Ocasek.
Oh,
so if
Cars fame.
Yeah, the Cars. So if you want something with a little more polish to it, maybe start here. Start with Do the Collapse. This has Teenage FBI, which is probably their biggest hit that they ever had on this album. So check into that. That's a less, less dense GBV version, I suppose. Isolation Drills, another one of my favorite ones of theirs. This is Bob's divorce album, basically, but it's awesome. Really, really good stuff. Their album design and shit is incredible. He does all this
Wow.
cutout artwork from these found photos and just makes some amazingly interesting and intricate images. They're awesome. They're awesome. Now, you want to get crazy deep with it, go ahead and check out Guided by Voices, The Electrifying Conclusion, which was the final concert. Final concert, haha, they're back. Awesome. The Who Went Home and Cried. This is a little bit harder to find, bit of a rare performance.
That's a lot of tracks.
Man, dude, most of their songs...
4-hour long concert.
Many of their songs are about a minute and a half, if that gives you any indication. A lot of their songs go about a minute and a half. But they rock.
That's a 4-hour concert.
It was the last concert.
Wow.
And their live performances are out of control. It's all alcohol-fueled madness. They drink so many beers. So much beers. I've seen them several times. Saw them in a small club in Kentucky. And Bob was up there doing his singing, and he got pegged in the nose by a bottle cap and started bleeding and bled the rest of the whole show because his blood was probably as thin as water from all the drinking. Check out Live from Austin, the GBV Live from Austin DVD as well. That one's a little bit easier to find. Some of you may remember that many years ago, when they announced they were going to retire, they were on Conan O'Brien for a straight week as the musical guests. This happened because Kevin Dorff, one of the head writers at Conan, an alumni of Second City, and also you may know him from Delocated, the show. He is a huge Guided by Voices fan. I was lucky enough to meet and talk with him after one of our shows here in Vegas when he came out to visit. And he was wearing a GBV shirt, so we struck up a conversation, and both being nerd fans, ended up talking Guided by Voices for about an hour. It was really, really cool. So yeah, he influenced Conan, gave him some stuff and said, hey, we need to have these guys, they're big time, we need to have them on every night of the show. So that was really cool.
That's really cool.
Big thanks to Kevin Dorff for making GBV a little more of a household name. And do yourselves a favor, check out Guided by Voices and Robert Pollard and all of his awesome stuff. There you go. Where the fuck is Barry?
I don't know.
He
Commander?
ran away because he hates GBV.
Don't want to do this. Do you mind stepping in?
Well, I guess. Well,
All right.
let's see if I got something here that I could.
He's always got a
Oh,
book or
well,
something with him.
all right.
All right, come on. Commander K, everybody.
Yay, Commander K, all
Making
right.
his-
What do you got?
Making his Ugly Couch Show debut.
What is this?
And
This.
is debut. What's going on in my mouth? Jelly. Tell us what's going on.
Today's What's Going in My Mouth is brought to you by Leftover Pee.
Okay, now it's your turn.
All right, zombie jerky.
Zombie jerky.
That looks awful.
Yes, it's teriyaki. It's beef jerky. It says it's delicious, but it's also very green, artificial green color.
So it's fine. It's just green dyed beef teriyaki.
Probably. So
Fine.
safe.
Yeah.
Safe.
I'll have some of that safe.
Right.
Oh,
There
look,
you
I got
go.
the pack.
Oh, you're gonna be
Oh, no, it
fresh.
says do not eat.
Oh,
It
man.
smells strong.
Really?
Oh boy.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
You have to get the one that's on the floor.
Yeah, there you do.
Fuck off. Brain.
That's your initiation.
It smells
It
fine.
looks like it's just been
It's
dusted.
fuzzy.
Yeah, it's like
It's just fuzzy.
It's been dusted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to know if this shit's gone bad.
Wow.
All right, you
We're
ready?
gonna find out.
1, 2, 3.
It's like powdery jerky.
It's
There's
fine.
some powder to it.
Yeah, it's just been.
That tastes great. I
powder.
love it.
No, really.
It's zombie jerky.
No.
It's fine, but
I bought it at the same place I got the.
that
the
powder
candy
gives it a bit of a texture thing.
It does.
That's not right.
It's really kind of a soft jerky too.
Yeah, it's a little too soft.
Too soft?
It's.
What? That's.
I guess that's a good thing.
I mean, it tastes fine. It just feels weird.
It tastes okay.
It feels like you'd expect zombie to feel like.
I don't like that.
If you have to eat zombie, get teriyaki zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, the texture.
But don't use a blade, because as Just Mike will tell you, you need a bludgeoning weapon to deal with zombies.
Damn right.
So what'd you bring?
Wait a minute.
And clear it out. Get ready to swallow some bubble gum.
Oh, wow.
See?
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, Wrigley's.
This is great.
No.
Yeah, we feed you and you.
Is
and
it
we
great?
give you things to drink.
What are you talking about? That's not bad at
Let's
all.
see how it is after
Are
the
you kidding
jerky.
me?
It's the same. Mm-hmm. It's the same.
It's a little better.
I feel like
after
I've
I've been drinking it. I'm used to it.
It's great.
It's a little better after the jerky.
Yeah. There you go. So if you follow the teriyaki with the
Maybe it just needed
mojito.
to
Air out.
aerate. Yeah.
When you have your mate mojito, make sure to let it breathe.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
You have like brandy sniffers, mojito sniffers.
Where's the decanter out here?
Yeah.
It's in the cupboard.
All right.
We're gonna go straight Downton Abbey before we get this thing.
Boy,
done.
it is a plum gig.
Lord.
What'd you got?
I have Blackgate Magazine, Adventures in Fantasy Fiction. This magazine first started in 2001. I've mentioned it before on the...
Can you stop it, Russian?
What?
You said magazine.
Yes.
This is hundreds of pages.
Yes, it is.
That's a big old book.
This is a big old book. It's 384 pages of awesome sword and sorcery fantasy adventure action. I love this magazine. It first started out in 2001. If I remember correctly, I think it was a monthly. It very quickly went to quarterly.
Sure.
It has now, in the last 2 years, gone basically biannual, I believe is the appropriate term, twice a year. That's why it's so big, and it's actually an $18.95 cover price. But you've got over 22 short stories in here, as well as tons of articles and features from a very good staff. These guys love sword and sorcery, and they're actually, I feel, on the forefront of a movement to bring sword and sorcery back into fantasy fiction as a prime entertainment, something that's out there a lot of. So, Blackgate Magazine. They also have their...
Put your gay figure away.
What's that? No, it's sword and sorcery. How much more sword and sorcery can you fucking get?
Oh,
a monster from the realm of Demos with a blade in his hand.
Oh, God almighty.
It's a 30th anniversary.
Wow, I already know how he feels.
Did we ever tell you about the time He-Man punched the moon?
No.
He can do that kind of shit. He's He-Man. He can do anything he fucking
Oh,
wants.
that's not sword and sorcery. Sword and sorcery is gritty. It's down to earth. It's fantasy with dirt. You get dirty. You get
He fights
messy.
a man with a skull head.
Well, and then he punches the moon.
Yeah.
Now you don't punch the moon in sword and sorcery.
He fights
The
a guy
moon,
named
Alice.
You leave that for the little English people in the countryside. Let them
Hobbits punch the moon?
whatever.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
Is that after the long there and back again?
I think so.
It's got nothing better to do.
moon?
Yeah, that's
Punch
right.
the moon.
Well, you know, they were jumping around in the bed celebrating they were alive. And it's time to punch the moon! Yay! So, you know. But that doesn't have... No punching the moon in here!
That's when hobbits jump around on the bed, they're punching the moon.
That's right. That is one of the earliest deleted scenes from Lord of the Rings. Is
Tell me,
when
Samwise, would
when
you like to
Bilbo
come-
teaches Frodo about punching the moon.
Does he use his Bilbo to punch his moon?
Well, his Bilbo?
Has it ever been recorded?
His Bilbo?
His Bilbo puts it in his bag end.
Whoa! Okay, now that's just
When he
uncalled
punches his-
for,
Wait,
you know.
Just talking about sword and
You
sorcery.
just
Epic fantasy.
That's epic. That's epic fantasy. That's punching the moon stuff. I'm talking about dirty, gritty sword and sorcery. This is a great book. They have a great website, blackgate.com. You go here. They got tons of bloggers. They got people putting up stuff every day. They're talking about fantasy fiction. They're talking about what's trending now, who the new people are coming up, as well as tons of stuff about the older pulps.
Oh.
And it's what I really, they have a real respect for where sword and sorcery came from, but they also want to push it forward into the 21st century.
So give me a name for the new right now. Who's hot in sword and sorcery right now?
Sword and sorcery hot right now. Actually, right in here, do we have Howard Andrew Jones, just published The Desert of Souls, an Arabian fantasy. This guy is awesome. Jones actually, right here, this is his promo page, he actually is an expert on historical fiction writer Harold Lamb. Harold Lamb was a guy from the 1920s, actually inspired Robert E. Howard. And the influence is so profound, I've gotten some of the collections reading Howard Lamb's stuff, where he tells stories of Cossack adventures, Mongol adventures, adventures in Mughal India, all sorts of ancient stories. You almost sometimes think you're reading Robert E. Howard. It is that much of a profound influence. And the guy is a top-notch action writer. And for the 1920s, he is an amazingly in tune with the cultures guy. He actually, if I remember right, he actually worked for the government in Central Asia, Afghanistan, during World War I. And he knows the area of India, China, the Near East, Persia, Afghanistan. He knows it very well, in tune with the culture, very respectful. We always expect some kind of condescension about Eastern cultures from that time, lots of racism.
Sure.
This guy was so even-handed. He wrote adventure stories of the Mongols and complained about how he couldn't sell them to American editors because they wanted white protagonists. He also is a noted biographer. Harold Lamb did a biography of Genghis Khan. He did biographies of Hannibal, of Omar Khayyam, a whole slew.
Wow.
And that's actually getting off the subject, because Howard Andrew Jones is a man who edits the collections for Harold Lamb through, I believe it's University of Nebraska Bison Press. Collected editions and tons of stories. They're like 8 books, twice as thick as this.
Jesus Christ.
Tons of stuff. So Howard Andrew Jones knows his stuff, and he does Desert of Souls, an Arabian fantasy that's top-notch. I can hardly wait to get it and read it. I haven't even read it, and I'm recommending it to you.
Nice.
So, Blackgate and Blackgate.com. Go to Blackgate.com. Tons of features, tons of articles, including blogs from other up-and-coming writers like Ryan Harvey. Be on the lookout for that name, as well as probably, I think, the most articulate and intelligent explainer of sword and sorcery and fantasy we have today, Matthew David Surridge. You watch out for that name, too.
Matthew David Surridge.
Matthew David Surridge. Yeah, supreme. Oh, it's no longer mint!
That's all right.
Okay.
Well, I still think. See, there it is. There's the weird.
There's the
that's an
Skeletor.
awesome
Is that a
sword.
wicked Skeletor head?
Wow,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what this is sword and sorcery. Trust me. Look. Doesn't that look like something in Conan's lair?
That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
And look, and he's got a thing with the,
he's
with
got
the
a mace.
spikes and the...
Yeah.
Now, okay, so why does he have the Skeletor head? Wait a minute.
The Skeletor head is just a bonus for collectors to put on their regular Skeletor. Take your old Skeletor head off. This is a different design. This is based on the original sketches.
So that has nothing to do with this.
Not particularly. He is kind of Skeletor's summoner in a way. He's from the.
That's the retcon.
He's from yeah. It is retcon. It straight up is. He's from Despondos, the realm of Despondos.
Why did you open the door for him to talk
sounds
more
very sad.
about this action figure?
No, because this is sword and sorcery. I really hope that He-Man. That there's a He-Man movie coming.
Lord help us.
It's 30th anniversary. Go to. This stuff is based on Conan type.
Well, yeah,
stuff,
we
you know what I mean?
discussed
Yeah,
the
we discussed
whole.
that, yeah.
They were originally going to do Conan, and then well,
And they got
blah,
something
blah,
better.
blah, blah.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Tarak the hunter, whatever. But Torak, yeah. But check out MattyCollector.com, the store online, because it's the 30th anniversary. They just this month started putting up the basic figures at easy to get availability.
Really?
So they've been sold out forever. So now you can get He-Man, Battle Cat, Skeletor, Panther, pretty much anytime you need.
Nice.
So,
well,
Just what
there you
I
go.
always wanted.
you didn't want it, but
Not
I
at all.
did.
Not at all.
Yeah, get it for Paul.
I don't know. I'll tell you what I did like
I
though.
got him.
These little bastards. I love these little guys.
Oh, look at those.
Oh my, I've gotten crafty, folks. So crafty.
We're not eating these, are we?
Yes, we are. This is what's going in your mouth. Perler beads. No. These little. Basically, they're little cylindrical beads, but you don't string them together. You actually put them onto these little pegboards, 29 by 29, and what you make out of them is, well, at least what I make out of them, is really cool pixel art, basically.
Yeah.
This is one of the coasters I made, very Galaga, and the Ghost, and so on. But you don't have to stay small. You can start to go bigger, like I did with the Ninja Turtle arcade guy.
Oh, wicked!
Wow.
How appropriate!
Insane.
How appropriate! Dun, 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 dun.
Takes a little time. You just
This would be
iron them out when you're
Michelangelo.
done.
I'm Raphael here with my sai. This is
Cowabunga.
awesome. That's
Something
awesome.
about that size takes about 3 hours to do.
That's wicked, dude. That looks
But
great.
it's something easy to do in front of the TV. It doesn't take a lot of
Look
brain
at
power.
him.
And when you're done with 3 shows, you then have a nice piece of pixel art to do whatever the
He
hell
is
you want
fucking
with.
badass, dude.
And they'll-
You did a nice
It's
job.
fun
Jim.
stuff.
Now, is this the way they come out? Do you display them with the circles up?
That's in the
Matter of choice?
Here we go.
Personal
In the
preference?
Perler community, I can't believe I'm even saying this. There's a lot of argument as to what people like. So,
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you
big
display it?
controversy,
Is this
all right.
so I personally on this one, I actually like the circle.
Yeah, the
side
circle
of
up
it.
looks sharper with this large design.
But with these guys, I like it
Flat.
flattened
cool, I
out.
have
So
to say.
it all is on taste and what you want to do with it. Now there are people out there doing crazy shit. There are people doing like full comic book covers that are like this tall off the floor and this wide, using like 16,000 beads.
So like
Jesus.
poster size. stuff.
Yes,
Ridiculous.
and it's beautiful work. Beautiful work.
gorgeous.
So it's something like this, maybe take you an hour tops. Something like that, 3 hours. Something like that, take you a week for the big ones.
Awesome.
But yeah, so got a little time on your hands. They're not too expensive. If you want to go cheap, you can get one of these big things. There's 22,000 beads.
That is actually more than a poster. You said 16,000 for the big poster
Yeah.
size. You got a whole poster in there.
But you need probably 2 or 3 of those for a certain color.
Yeah, certain colors. And you can buy colors individually at your local Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever you go to.
And then you just iron them together? Is that what you do?
then at the end, you take a hot iron to it and melt them together.
How do you make sure it stays like this next to each other so nicely like this?
You iron it right on the pegboard. So it
Oh, so
all
it's-
stays
You
in
got a
place.
pegboard.
The pegboard is huge?
They actually link together. They're 29 by 29, and you can link as many of them as you want together.
And there's no separation that happens.
There's just a little bit of separation, but the iron takes care of it.
almost imperceptible.
Now, I will say, good luck with the ironing, because, man, if you fuck that up, that thing's done.
Really?
Yeah. In
What's
fact,
the
I
trick?
almost lost this one on the way.
What's the trick?
You know what? Before you do your big ironings, go online and go through a little tutorial with people that have done it in the past. Learn from their mistakes, as I did.
Just Google purling or.
You know what?
No,
Just
don't
look up-
Google purling.
Damn it!
Don't Google.
I almost had him.
You can Google purling.
There'll be lots of punching of the moon.
You know what?
Purling moon punching.
Google bead sprites if you want the
Bead Sprite Moon Punch. Purled. Search.
and
.com.
as much as I hate to say it, the best forum is called Pixelgasm.
All right.
Yeah, it is. Purling.
But that's all I got. What do you got? Write to us. Comments at uglycouchshow.com. And of course, listen to Geek Shock. We tell you the news of the week and we talk about it and other
Shock.
bullshit. And, shit. Where's Barry?
Fuck you, Barry. Don't even try and come back.
Yeah, he's going to drink your drinks and eat your food. Yeah, you know what? You're not even invited to what's going in my mouth anymore, man. So there.
Yeah. I
You
know
get
what's
to do
going in
that.
his mouth. Purling.
You start this now.
You know what? You're staying. You're staying.
You're going to stay.
Yeah. Welcome to it. Welcome to the couch.
You're stuck on the couch.
Yeah.
Ha. Get ready to learn about sword and sorcery through He-Man.
and the joy of many fine, wonderful drinks. And you want a candy cane?
No.
Come on, it's a real candy cane, not a bacon one.
Thanks a lot. I'll stick with the toothpaste.
It's like watered down toothpaste shit.
Crest soda.
Crest
Yes.
soda. Ugh. Can you imagine if dentists served that shit in their waiting room? It'd be perfect.
It'd probably help.
I like what it says right here. You see it says, rock gently to stir. Now, does that mean rock the bottle? Or just
Maybe that was the...
when you drink this stuff, you have to look like you're fucking going bazonkos? Like you're punching the moon in your brain?
In your brain.
Rock gently to stir.
We got to get that look.
I'm Master Torgo.
I'm punching the moon.
I'm Commander K.
And we'll see you right here on the Ugly Couch Show next time. Oh my goodness.
Purling. It tastes like ass. Pearls of wisdom. There we go.
Ass pearls of wisdom?
Oh, you don't want ass pearls. See, that's straight up sword and sorcery.
Wow.
That could go right in your...
That's like the third or fourth pig after Santorum.
Oh, Santorum.
I love that that's a nasty word.
That's a nice way.
Yeah.